Hello and welcome. My name is Kyle Nielsen, and this is How You Level Up, a podcast where I ask questions to help you become your best self. Today we ask, how did a video game ground me in reality? And we dive into that question through an updated article that I wrote in 2019. To start off, you should know that the term grinding means to perform a meticulous task over and over, to repeat it until you accumulate something of value. In almost every adventure and role-playing video game, there is a form of grinding in some capacity. You can grind to find minerals and build weapons. You can grind to fight easy monsters to kill until you level up. You can grind to find a singular item that has eluded you, or you can grind to build up spell strength. And with video games today, we have plenty of these games on our phone. So about 8 years ago, I started to play a game called Mini Warriors. At one point when I was playing, the game sent out an email boasting over 10 million registered players. Why tell you the number of players? Well, it's valuable for gauging the level of competition. This game, Mini Warriors, provided a set number of energy points that you could use daily. Once you used up all of your energy points, they would slowly replenish over the next few hours, meaning if you completed a few missions before going to bed, by the time you woke up in the morning, there would be more energy points for you to use. And as you leveled up in the game, more energy points were available to perform more actions. While games like this can be a passive amusement, I was actively pursuing to better myself and my strategies in the game. I was grinding. After playing for some time, I joined a group of other players in what the game calls a legion. We would share information so that everyone would become stronger because of it, and with a stronger team, we have a stronger legion. With the game being on my phone, there would be frequent updates that would include new heroes or characters, which would change the type of strategy needed to beat another team. Legions would participate in a worldwide ranking system. The ranking system was measured by attacking and defeating a stronghold. Then the Legion would be awarded points based on the communal strength and attack speed against the stronghold. As I continued to work and build strength, I began to outgrow the Legion that I was in. I noticed their lack of participation, and so I decided to leave and join a different Legion. With this new group, I offered up my game strategies and know-how and was quickly promoted to Legion Officer. The months went on, and our Legion began to climb the ranking system. We would communicate on the game within a messaging system, and if we wanted to communicate with sister legions, which were other legions of the same name, we would use a chat app to communicate with those hundreds of other players. We shared information on what new hero skills would be best against, how to organize an attack with spells when facing difficult battles, what time of day around the world everyone would need to attack the stronghold at the same time to increase the rank faster. And I even met up with other Legion officers for drinks because we lived in the same area. It felt good to be part of a community. It felt good to believe I served a purpose on a team headed towards a goal. Then, finally, after a year of discussion, organization, countless playtime, our Legion obtained the #1 ranking in the world. After all that time, after so many battles, after so much work, I was ecstatic. I literally jumped for joy and took a screenshot of the ranking. So much of the hard work had finally come to fruition. There was a celebration even on the conjoined chat, and appreciation was dished out for the consistent players. Then began a new mission. To keep the spot, we needed to continue to grind. We needed to wake up first and be ready to attack every day before every other Legion. And what happened after holding the #1 spot after a few days? Well, having destroyed the stronghold a little bit slower that day, 4 other Legions beat us in ranking. It was a bit of a shock when I looked at the ranking that morning. While I felt sad, I began to quantify how long would it take us to retake the #1 spot. Maybe a few weeks of grinding could do the trick. I got home that night and planned a course of action with some of the other officers, and having scheduled the next day's attack, I turned off my phone and looked around my room. That's when it hit me. Success in the game did not correspond to success in real life. And while I was spending a lot of time playing this game, I really wanted to see my own life outside the game improve too. Being ranked first with my Legion made me feel good and gave me bragging rights in the game. But outside the game, I didn't have anything physical to show for my hard work. No employer was going to see how our strategy had helped build a better, more successful team. No peer was there to appreciate my leadership and view me as someone they could trust. No manager was going to see the progression made through patient work, diligent research, and team efficiency. No significant other would view our victories as strength and then perceive me as a suitable mate. No one outside the game could fully understand the pride our team felt. And it was like running into a brick wall. What was I spending so much of my time on this game for, if not to progress and get to the next level? Looking around my room, I noticed books I had purchased and had yet to open. I remembered wanting to create a project and write a book. I felt thoughtless for having wasted precious time when it could have been spent on something else I wanted to do, something else I wanted to share with more people than those that I played with. And it would take the same effort I gave to the game. I mean, with the same effort, maybe I could be making more money. Maybe I could have built a relationship. Maybe I could have learned a new skill or started to learn a new language. Regardless of what I could have been doing, I took that moment to pause and reflect in my room because I wanted to develop myself. And it was only then that I realized I could develop myself. I just needed to grind in real life. I made a promise to myself that night before I went to sleep to apply the same patience in the game to reality where it truly mattered. And when I awoke, that's exactly what I did. Since that day many years ago, I've done a lot. And I look ahead towards my future and my life, and I see so much more I want to do. So I spend my days grinding and working towards those things. You see, playing video games isn't a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying here. After all, I cultivated more in that game than patience. I refined strategic battle plans, recognized an uncompromising drive in myself to succeed, and reaffirmed that I can nurture goals until they materialize. This epiphany occurred because I was spending too much time in the game when what I really wanted, what I was really pulled towards, was to spend more time outside the game. With this new perspective, grinding now helps me to level up in real life, with a character that has my name, because it's me. The new heroes in the game that show up during those updates are now new connections in my life that I make with people. Sometimes they play an important role and influence my future. Other times, they're simply cool people and have cool abilities. My grind has changed, and when leveling up, it's through honing skills and acquiring knowledge. My Legion now is a think tank, a group of trusted friends who push each other to build innovative solutions for our professional lives. The energy points I was allotted to complete missions, those are the same strengths that I build up each day. They're called willpower, resilience, discipline, and I get the same energy points each day. When I expend them at night, I sleep, I wake up, and I have more. In a sense, I have been leveling up and gaining energy points since I was a baby, better equipped to solve the struggles that life presents to me. And my goals for being ranked number 1 with the team? There's a more approachable goal, and I'll get there one step at a time in real life. It was a happy occasion to have had that epiphany, and I wake up invigorated each day because there's another chance to work on the game of life and continue leveling up. You could say that this epiphany had set me free. It grounded me and gave me purpose. And while I don't play video games anymore, I apply everything I did in that game and every game before it to move slowly and consistently towards my goals. It wasn't the last epiphany I had, but it was an important one for putting me back on the field in the game called life. Thank you for listening to another episode. If you're enjoying the show, open up the app you're listening to this on and hit the like or subscribe button and give a 5-star rating. At least twice a week, you'll find a new episode asking you a new question, so you can strengthen your emotional independence, improve your communication skills, and upgrade your personal philosophy. So if there's a question you'd like me to dive into next, send it to any of these social media accounts connected in the show notes here. This is all about how you level up.